I ain't gonna say don't test the waters, you know, have fun, enjoy yourself, but don't fall in love. Everybody is not supposed to have you, not worth you falling in love with every single person. Every relationship shouldn't be, this week I'm in love with Tommy, next week I'm in love with Bobby, this week I'm in love with Susie. It don't work like that, because you just keep opening yourself up for the same situation. If you make a mistake the first time, learn it. Try to figure it out. If it's you, figure out what you need to do for yourself to fix it. If it's the next person, make your list, fix it out. And when you see that coming to you the next time, exit. Don't take it. And you'll get a better situation out the next time. Now.
So we'll start with Marion first. So what red flags do you look for? Like, you know, like what are some just automatically no killers?
Communication, honesty.
When you say communication, like what do you mean by communication? Like, should you talk every day? Should you talk every other day? Should you talk like whatever?
Every day.
Every day?
Mm-hmm. It's like at least a text, something. You still there. You know what I mean? But that's it for me.
So if they don't text you every day, that's the red flag?
Yep.
If they don't call you every day, it's a red flag?
So.
At least a text. Right?
And it is what it is.
At least a text.
I know you got some people knocking down your door. I already know that already. Your mom already said, hey, women don't come at the door incorrectly. You know what I'm saying? So what are some red flags that automatically no-go for you?
Her mindset.
Huh?
Her mindset.
What you mean by her mindset?
Like, if it's like certain situations or like you know, like world problems and stuff like that, and like depending on how her perspective is on it, would determine like her character and her person as a whole.
So more like she need to be mature. More like she need to be mature. Okay. What about she has all the qualities you want, but she's not mature? That a no-go?
Kinda, yeah.
She got this banging body.
What a body gonna do for me?
You heard rumors all about her around school already.
Well, you just
So
said,
what I'm gonna mess with her for?
what you said about the body? What you asked you, what you said?
I said, what a body gonna do for me?
That's what I'm talking about. What a body can do for you.
I'm glad you said that. My buddy, red flags for you.
Red flags for me. Okay. Oh goodness. I think the biggest red flag for me, this has to be solely on social media.
It's on anything. Like if you are dating somebody, I know you dating my cousin, y'all like, you know, all y'all booed up now, you know, y'all been going together forever now. But I'm talking about like if you just met him, what are red flags to be like it's just not gonna go?
Inconsistency.
Agree. What do you mean by inconsistencies?
Kind of like stories or situations that don't flow together. Like one situation may be going in a positive, but then another situation goes in a negative, and it's not showing what that person really is.
Okay, that's good. So I guess the next question would be, and I'm gonna leave it on you because this is really for you. So how would I say this? When it comes to a single parent with kids, how should someone take that?
Single parent with kids.
Yep.
So currently I'm on both sides.
Right.
So I have children of my own, and now I'm a bonus mom.
Right.
Which is a first for me, because I always said I ain't never want to date a man with kids, because I ain't feel like dealing with baby mamas. I can deal with the kids, but the baby mamas, this is personalities that I don't want to deal with. With me having kids of my own, I had to let go of I don't want to date a man that don't have kids. Because a man could very well be like, I don't want to be with a woman that got kids, but they could very well be the person that's meant for me. So I had to be like, okay, whatever I choose, I got to choose in the best interest of my children as well. And I know that somebody on the other side has to do the same for me, to be with their children. Being a bonus mom, woo, baby. Oh, the children is not an issue. It's not. They're not, because they're growing. Like they're going through a growing stage. The children are never an issue. It's baby mamas that don't have an understanding to disconnect from co-parenting and being in a relationship with somebody. What you did in a relationship with that person, you shouldn't be doing whenever you're co-parenting. Like, you can't call and check somebody and be like, hey, what you doing? If it's not related to the child, you don't do that. And then it's a lot of personalities that you gotta to deal with on, this is how I want my child disciplined, this is that, oh, this is how I raise my child, and now you're coming in, you're trying to do this. It's a lot of adjusting whenever you're like, okay, I'm parenting this way, but now I got children that I can easily get to do how they need to be for us to be together. But then you got parents that's like, nope, oh, I don't like her. This one may like me, this one may love me, the next one may hate me. So it's a toss.
You have older kids, and that's our boo thing right over here. That's our boo thing, Dennis Walker over here. And he has like range of kids, not really no infants whatsoever. So I guess my question is for this nice, beautiful woman sitting behind you. Don't turn your head. Don't turn your head. Excuse me. So when it comes to you still in the way, man. You're still in the way, man. I'm sorry. There we go. That's how I want to see it. There you go. I'm gonna love that purple too. But what? So you have more of a younger kid, right? So how is it when it comes to dating and being that single mom? How does that work? I guess how does that work?
Dating and having a child.
Yeah, and then you want to take something seriously with a person. How do you make that call to be like, okay, I need to take it to the next level. I want them to meet my child and this, that, and the third.
Well, first of all, I'm not the type of girl that just let their child just be with anybody just because in that moment you feeling like y'all meant to be or you loving what y'all got going on. No, it's gonna take a minute for me. You gotta prove to me that I can trust you being around my child because he's the closest thing to me and I'm very protective about him. I'm not gonna let nobody hurt him. Nobody mistreat him. So I have to make sure that you meet those requirements to, be around you. It's hard though, like wanting to be able to do stuff, but you gotta take care of your child. But when you have a good support system, it's kind of easy. But it's okay. But you gotta be able to go to that level with somebody that's gonna be able to understand too that you have a child. That you can't just jump when they want to jump but yeah.
Okay. I think I done gave a lot of peer pressure this weekend alone.
That was
so.
You get me.
What? You got a boyfriend for peer pressure?
No. He just said that.
You got a boyfriend for peer pressure?
No.
So I guess the question would be like, how do you deal with peer pressure and how do you take peer pressure? We'll start with Markeisha over here in the corner.
There we go.
Cause I haven't talked to her all day. So how do you deal with peer pressure when it comes to dealing with people, and what advice would you give somebody who's dealing with peer pressure?
It's simple. I always said, get about make me do nothing I want to do. So what it is. If I said no.
But what advice would you give somebody like? So we ain't killing nobody. We're not killing nobody. Please don't think we're killing kids because we're not there. We're just doing it for fun. So don't think we're killing people. We're not killing animals upstairs or anything like that. So I guess the question would be like, what advice would you give a younger person to combat peer pressure?
Like I said, basically, just if you don't want to, just don't. That's the only thing I can really say.
Agree.
Ain't nobody make you do anything you don't want to do in this world.
So I think you're the youngest one at the table right now. Besides Derwin. We'll get to him in a minute too. How would you... Okay, hold on. So how would you combat... So how do you deal with peer pressure? And how do you combat peer pressure?
Like Markeisha said, I don't let nobody say like I have to do something. Like especially if it's somebody that I don't really look up to and they saying I gotta do something and I really don't. And then they be like, oh such and such, that's why you didn't do it. And then they try to bribe you to do something, but I don't do it.
So what advice would you give somebody who's dealing with peer pressure?
I don't know.
So okay, so you're in school, you got this buddy, and he's just like, someone tell him to jump. You say, and you see him be like, hey, I'm gonna jump high, you know, cause it's peer pressure. How would you tell him like, hey, bro, you don't gotta do all that?
I'll be like, don't do it. You don't gotta do what other people tell you to do. Just because somebody's doing it doesn't mean you gotta do it. You don't gotta show off for nobody.
Good point. What? You got Nene?
What?
Since you playing with Apple phones over here. Matter of fact, I'll take both of y'all at the same time. How? I didn't even say it like that, but that really didn't come out right. That really did not come out right at all. So like, how? So talking to both of you, I think both of you are getting close to your senior years. You know, besides him over here. Matter of fact, he was going in the picture too right here. Just join on the picture. Just slide on that way. Just slide on that way. So how would y'all combat peer pressure, and like, do you see peer pressure in school today? Which I didn't do.
I don't ever be in that type of situation.
You don't get no peer pressure in school?
No.
Not really, but I could say for others, I guess. Honestly, okay, everybody is different. Cause if it was me and I was taking peer pressure, I say I'm quick. So like, more so, if somebody try to do something I don't want to do, I have a mouth. My mouth gonna keep running until. Yeah, and then if I don't like something, I get abusive. So that's that. So yeah, it's like I'm really quick using my hands to somebody. But anyway, what's that question?
Peer pressure.
No, second one.
How do you combat it?
Oh, abuse.
Abuse.
She chooses violence first thing in the morning.
No, I'm not.
What was it like?
Anybody tell me about? Listen,
I can talk.
anybody tell me
You done
nothing that I'm gonna do. I know how to do it. Period. Go ahead.
It's on orange.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the questions again.
Peer pressure, combat it, and how do you deal with it?
Okay, well, peer pressure in general, when it comes down to school, I actually see a lot of peer pressure in school. Like, if you think about it, fights, a lot of it is all peer pressure, like, oh my God, you're scared, you're not gonna do anything, stuff like that. It's a lot of that going on, and not even just in school, just in general. And then you also have people like that doesn't involve themselves in any bad stuff in school. So another peer pressure is like people saying, "Oh, you can't go to a party," just stuff like that, just trying to make you feel like you're not good enough for stuff. That's peer pressure. And me, in general, peer pressure, you can't make me do something because I'm just that person. I like to do my own thing. And I always go the opposite direction than anybody else, so it makes me a better person to this day. And what I would say to deal with peer pressure is always look at the positive outlook of the situation. So that's all I'm saying. Just look at the positive outlook of it, keep it moving, and go by your first instincts.
So let's talk social media.
Yay!
Let's talk social media. I think everybody got some kind of Facebook, Instagram, something.
I don't
What's
got
right?
social media.
You have all social medias. You have other social medias too. So you have all these social medias, right? So I guess when it comes to social media from a parent's perspective, right? So we'll start from a parent's perspective. From a parent's perspective, Laura, let's start with you, and then we'll move to Miss Jordan next. So from a parent's perspective, what's your take on social media, and what advice would you give your kid in regards to social media?
So what you talking about? Depending on what age?
We'll say like teenagers, because they're more of an easily influenced than anybody else. I know Kia ain't been a teenager in a while, but what advice would you give her when it comes to social media? Nothing at all? You'll tell her just mind her own business. Yep. Sonya, Jordan, how you doing, boo?
Hey, baby.
We got Sonya Jordan. You know, she joined us via FaceTime because, you know, she had to get home. But it's okay, we still love her. We're added to the party as usual. what advice would you give your child when it comes to social media? Or your grandkids at that when it comes to social media? Hey, so why they yelling? You hear me?
What you say now?
So what advice and what would you tell your kids when it comes to social media, or your grandkids at that, when it comes to social media, since that have become a big thing in the world today?
I would try to advise them, like with social media today, there are a lot of positive as well as negative influence to social media. Sites that would try to lure you into prostitution. There are sites that would try to lure you into gangs. There are sites that will try to you. There are sites for all different types of good and bad things. And you have to be very careful of how you take your pictures, not exploiting yourself, whereas that you're half naked. Just doing different things to your body that will get someone out there in cyberspace to try to be able to lure you to do certain things, or try to get you to leave home, or to try to do things to your family. There's a lot of things that I would like for my grandkids today to be aware of what social media can do to either make you a better person, or it can hurt you in the long run.
So you're at everybody.
I feel like women shouldn't be judged for what they wear or what they do. You just have, I know it's true, you have like weirdos out here that may, look at you a certain way just because you dress a certain way, but the woman shouldn't be judged just because of that. I feel like it should be proudly on the weirdos. And I feel like it's body positivity. Like, prime example, Megan. I love, she dressed because she's confident in herself to dress that way. I don't feel like she's doing it for attention or for none of that. Just she's confident. She loves her body. That's just how she want to dress. And I'm not judging people that don't dress that way or people that does. It's just like it's just your way, like how you want to dress. But I don't see anything wrong with it.
What you got, Marion? Hold on. What you got, Marion?
I agree with her. I agree with her in general because...
Her who? Markeisha or Sonya?
Markeisha.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, you have a lot of people out here trying to embrace their body. And I feel like... sometimes you might have that one parent that like, no, you can't leave the house with that. You can't control how the people look at you. Yeah. So at the end of the day, you're young.
You gotta speak up. She can't hear you. Put the phone down.
I just feel like people say, oh, you're young, you can't do this and that. But at the end of the day, you're going to want to do it. Being held back from doing stuff like that is going to make you want to do it more. Because you didn't actually get the chance to embrace what you have, to be confident out in the world with what you have. So it's going to happen regardless. I feel like it will.
Okay. I said, hold on, woman. I had to turn the camera towards you first.
What the young people is saying, I'm just saying as an older person, whereas, say for instance, I'm going to use an example of, you may have a parent who may want to dress their younger child too provocative. And then you would like to put the child's picture, on social media. Then you got people behind this, on the computer, ain't got nothing to do all day, but just try to steal the photos or try to find a way to exploit this person or whatever. I'm just saying you just have to be careful of what you do, how you wear your clothing, because you have some people out here that are so naive and their mind is not in a good place mentally, that they may not look at you as being that child. They look at you being something else besides just an innocent child. But I see that our younger generation today that social media can be helpful, but it also can be a disadvantage towards it too. It's just how you choose to use social media as a platform for something good, but not to make it as something where it's that people can just take how you look or take your body, because you could be a model, looking real good, dressed real good, you might wear a certain style that you may have your cleavage showing some or whatever. But the mindset of a lot of people today is so deranged that you have to be extra careful, because they take little boys, now they taking teenagers, and now they taking men's. It's just so much bad things going on out here in today's society. You just gotta be extra careful of how you use social media.
What you got, TT? So I got TT and Key over here. Both of y'all are parents. Both of y'all are parents of older kids now. So, and I think your oldest is what? He's what? 16 now?
15.
16?
15.
Yeah, 16 now. I got you. So and I think most of your kids are adults now. So my question to you, if you turn on, let's say you turn on not Amazon, you turn on Instagram or Facebook. Hey, stop all that noise over there. So you turned on Instagram and you saw him, no shirt on, just in his drawers, showing off his physique. He played football, he worked out, he proud of his body, he's good. As a parent, would you be upset, and what would you tell him? And the same thing, if you turn on Instagram, your son is what? I think he's about grown now, right? Anyway?
He's 24.
24, if you get on Instagram and he's in there, no shirt, just drawers, what would you say as a parent of a 24-year-old, and what would you say of a parent that's a 16-year-old, 15-year-old?
So I've been prepping my kids and talking to my kids since they were little about social media, predators. I have a big thing about it. I take them, and some people are like, it's traumatizing. No, they shouldn't know. I take them to Walmart, show them this, because to them it's not real. It's like TV. So they don't think that bad things actually happen to people because it's not happening to them. So I let them know, it is people, some people pretend to be 15-year-old. Oh, you think it's a 15-year-old girl, it's a 60-year-old pedophile man, trying to get you or do something to you. I let them know certain things you don't put on social media, certain things you don't do on social media. I think my kids only got one. They don't have Facebook, they do have Instagram, which is heavily monitored. And he a teenage boy, all the little girls out there, he do have a picture without his shirt, but it's like certain things are sensitive, certain things you do not know to do, and certain things you do not, not do. But you can't, I try not to be like my mama was, because I was a porch, I cannot get off the porch. I can't go nowhere for forever. So we do try to be a little lenient with him, and especially since he's 15, he go out a little bit more now. But as far as, I'm heavily monitor his social media. We heavily talk to him about don't be talking to people, don't do certain things, don't interact. But as I see the view of Markeisha, and I do as a parent definitely understand what Sonia is saying. But the times are different, so we do have to talk to them, interact with them, and educate them on a lot of different things that's going on.
What about you, TT?
I am TT.
I'm sorry. Hey, too much Don Julio.
So with my older children, I never really had to have the conversation with social media.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad, and it wasn't something to where it was. Let me post this. Then it was MySpace.
But I'm talking about as a parent now. Your kid is 24 as a parent now. You probably follow your kids. I don't know if you do. You don't.
I do.
But you follow your kids. You look on Instagram and you see he just out with his drawers on, no shirt on. You be like, what would you do as a parent?
He's 24.
Right.
So at this point, I can't say much because I've already had conversations with him. He's an adult. However, if anything goes all the way left, Mama gonna make it right. Right, Mama gonna make it right. But having younger children that are grandkids, I have grandkids that are also on social media, and I think a lot of what people don't understand, being old school and being new school, is that these kids are a totally different generation from what we are, and social media and TV has desensitized them heavily. Very heavily. TT. I mean, it's have those conversations with your children. That's the only way.
But if I get on social media and see he in his drawers and no shirt, he ain't gonna have no social media. I'm just gonna let you know.
Social media is done.
Not my
Social media is done. Social media is done. No questions asked.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it'd be like, what you got? Oh no, it's deactivated.
I see the shirt, all right. And it was hard at first. We had a bit, why you naked? Why you naked on social media? But it went paid its way.
What about these two fathers over here? What would you say? Like, I think so. You both of y'all has both male and female kids. So what? So you don't have any. Well, you got one that's old enough. That's him over here. So same question to you, and same question to you. If your child is, I don't want to use the word half naked because I don't think they're just half naked. What would you do? Like what would be your words to them?
It'll be that good talk about, you know what I mean? That like that child pornography. I mean, you basically putting that out there.
So would you just say it like that? Hey, that child pornography, man.
No, I wouldn't,
be like that.
I wouldn't put it like that, but I give more detail behind it about how you can get in trouble depending on how somebody choose to acknowledge their information and perceive it. So it's up to them. But I gotta let them know the causes behind it and the trouble they can get in.
What about you, Dennis?
I don't know. We talk about some stuff like that. It all depends on.
Do you follow all your kids on social media? You follow all your. Well, you said y'all already got your father. She says heavily monitored, so she says heavily monitored. So.
I don't know. I guess it's different. Like I don't know. I don't know. Like my son, like he was on social media with his shirt off, long he got his pants on, his jeans. I'm cool with that. Now my daughter, she on there with bra and panties. I got an issue with that. You feel me?
So why? Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. Why is that? Why is it acceptable for a male to be on social media with no shirt on, but it's unacceptable for a female to be up there in bras and t-shirts? I mean bras and drawers.
I don't know what it is.
Because
for real talk,
you gotta think for a female showing their breast, it's basically considered like as a private part. Versus as a male showing their chest, it's not a private part like that when we were supposed to.
How we were raised.
So are we being sexist? Are we being sexist now?
Yeah, how we were raised, I can't help it. That's how we were raised.
So are we being sexist now?
Not being sexist,
it's
but
a chest that's developed, so it's more of a private area.
A guy, I mean, you like if you look on TV, it's more. A guy come on TV, on public TV with his shirt off, and it's perfectly fine. General Hospital here, regular damn.
They go
good. It's all good.
My question for you two. All right, so here's my question for you two. And y'all are young. Is it acceptable, or have we just been so ingrained that a female in bra and panties is unacceptable, but a male with no shirt on is acceptable?
It's unacceptable. Exactly, it's unacceptable. Honestly, because okay. You gotta think about plus at my age. I guess more so people get bored, and like when people get bored, people like to screenshot, record. It's like a lot of this, a whole lot.
Put into our perspective. We talking about a whole perspective.
Well, still.
Okay, let me rephrase it. So I guess so male with no shirt on, basketball shorts or jogging pants is acceptable.
You said jogging pants?
I said jogging pants.
That's how it is.
Hold on. In jogging pants and female
joggers. Just say joggers. What is jogging pants?
Joggers. Sweatpants season as they call it. Sweatpants season as they call it. Hey, I bet I see you in a sweatpants. All right. So. All right. So it's acceptable in males, and it's acceptable for males to have on sweatpants and no shirt, but it's unacceptable for females to have bra and panties. Isn't it kind of showing the same thing?
Yes.
Okay, I'll say it like this. This is okay. My personal opinion. It's showing the same thing, but you gotta think about it. Boys don't have what girls got. Girls got what boys got. At the end of the day, females gonna be looked at different. Like well, girls do it now. They get looked at different. Like, oh, she's a spokesperson. She's doing something. Da da da. But oh yes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's different perspectives. Y'all don't get it?
I got something.
It's different perspectives. So I just feel as though it's the same thing, but it's just a difference. A lot. If that makes sense.
Okay, I agree with her somewhat. At the end of the day, I feel like personally, you're showing the same thing, and a male is gonna have the same reaction to a female that a male's gonna, or that a female's gonna have to a male. Like they both look at it like ooh, ah. So it's like I feel like it's no different, and I don't feel like it should be this way, but it is this way. But it's giving like a sexist thing. I feel like because at the end of the day, we're all humans.
Yeah.
So we should all have the same privileges and should not be judged the opposite way. You know, you see what I'm.
Unfortunately, it is a difference that's seen in society, which isn't fair. Because in reality, a woman getting on social media, bra and panties, you can walk into any mall and go to Victoria's Secrets. You can go to any sales ad, flip straight through it. It's bra and panties there.
Okay.
But bra and panties is also the same thing as a bathing suit for us.
That is true too. But is it acceptable? Because most social media says it's not acceptable. Especially as a parent, it's not acceptable, right?
Okay, so it depends on the person and their mentality. That's first. Because if you don't have a mature mindset, you're not going to be able to handle what comes to you from that post.
Okay.
Or just being out in public, however you want to dress.
But now as guys, we advertise it's sweatpants season.
Yeah.
We advertise it now. Because everyone
And Tarjay does too. Tarjay does too.
Right, because they know that's what women want to see. We call it soft porn now. Right?
Whereas for women, we've always been doing it.
But I guess as women, bra and panties is considered soft porn, correct? Okay.
Is it? Do women only get judged because of their shape? So could you go like you said, Victoria's Secret? Most of their models skinny, completely skinny. But you got like girls like Megan or I don't know if y'all know Ari, Jada, all them. They're a little bit thicker, so it's like, ooh, she doing it for attention. She just trying to show off her body, like this giving like you know, like hoe. Yeah. Okay. Like it's giving like hoe just because she have a shape. But whereas the skinny girl do it, I
can say the same thing about a fat man.
Actually, I can agree with that.
If I get up there and show my body, they gonna call me fat, right?
No.
look, little light in the ring, 125 a while back, right? So I was in Portland a while back, and then I made my way over to Virginia, right? So in Virginia, what I noticed, like Portland, I did not see a lot of sagging in Portland, right? Well, I guess I didn't see a lot of black people in Portland, or in Oregon City neither. But then when I come East Coast, I saw more underwear than I needed to see in the mall, period. I saw a whole bunch of it, right? So I am a firm believer, if you are gonna show off your undies, put some pride in your undies.
Yeah.
It was one guy, I lied to you not, he had a hole in his undies, and he was proud to show it off. Big old hole. Bent over. And I'm like, bruh, if you're gonna show it. If you like me, if you ever see me sad because I don't have my belt on, but dang it, I got some pride in my drawers. I got some pride. It's either Ethica, it's either Calvin Klein, or it's either American Eagle. One of the three. I'm proud. I am proud. You gonna know I put money in. The much money I put in my clothes, I put in my drawers. Point blank. Period.
$20 a pound.
There you go. I mean, like women, like listen.
That's how it works.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so you like.
Okay, but I'm saying, say for instance that you got a daughter, and your daughter come home with the male that got his, stuff sagging and his boxer drawers. Would you find it acceptable for your daughter to date a man who likes to wear clothing like that?
So I don't know what boxer drawers is, but I know what boxers is, and it's okay. I still love you.
Well.
All right. So let me start off with. Do you think if you go see her parents, you probably met her parents already, right? Did you go there sagging?
No.
You pulled your pants up, try to put on a good appearance, right? So I guess my question would be, from a parent's perspective, do you feel that's a turn off for a parent? I know she already said yes, it's a turn off for her, Sonya. But as a parent, do you think that's a turn off? Yes, no, maybe?
In this generation.
In this generation. Like, this is your generation anyway.
Yeah.
So if you were to go see her parents with your pants sagging, do you think they'll be like, nah, baby, they ain't the one for you?
I don't know.
Okay, I think that is that for his mom. If her mom got a man and she was introduced to him to her for the first time, and he had his pants sagging, would he find that acceptable as a good man for her mom to date? For his mom to date.
Okay, that's a good. Okay, that's a good point. So okay, you go home. You know, you come back to North Carolina. I mean, you come back from North Carolina, you come to Virginia. You know, you at your mom's house. She's like, hey, I want you to meet my man. He's good to me. He makes me happy. Blah blah blah. He walks in, and his belt line is down there at his thigh. What would you say to him, or what would be the first thing in your mind?
If what?
His belt line is at his thigh.
Like, you talking about me?
No, it's about a man that's meeting like you're meeting your mom's man for the first time.
And you see somebody sagging
So your mama Toya got a man.
She said, look, she said, I want you to meet Ron. He my new man. He makes me happy. And then, you know, you sitting in the living room waiting for Ron to get there, and then boom, you know, he knock on the door, you open the door, and then the first thing you see is his pants, his belt line is down to his mid-thigh. His mid-thigh. Lower than yours. What would be the first thing you'll say? Or what would be your first take on it? On him?
My mama boyfriend?
Your mama boyfriend.
Money.
Boo, what would be the first thing you would say?
If she did.
If she would have did that.
I mean, I probably
put us aside.
I gotta think about it.
What do you think? You gotta think about it.
Yeah.
I'll probably look at him like, I don't know, like, what's up with you? Like,
and look, then his drawers got holes in them. You would have add next to it.
He's saying,
I don't know, bro. My mama ain't going for none of that.
No, hypothetically.
Like hypothetically, like let's just say when she's like, you know what? I'm gonna go out my comfort zone. Huh? Yeah, like she stepped out her comfort zone one time. So like I'm gonna try something different. Cause what I got right now ain't working good. So I'm gonna try something different.
What is it? Okay, put it. Okay, say for instance, Nene or Bree or your sister
If your sister
Victoria.
Yeah, there you go.
The young people, like I said, it's cool if that's that generation what they want to do. But I'm just saying that, you know, when you got a good father in your life and you have that respect, I just think that you should want to have a little more respect for yourself as a young man, you know, going into that manhood, and you might have a daughter one day yourself or whatever, and you're going to have high expectations of your daughter and hoping that she will make the right decisions or trying, or whenever they decide to date, to get involved with someone who have a little more standard, who have a little more class about themselves, that they would not disrespect her. Because I don't think I want to be with a man that would disrespect me and his style of dressing, especially with that I'm saying box all the time.
So I got a question. I got a question. Sit
in a chair. That means that I got to look at your behind, and some of them may not have a good smell when you walk past.
Oh, God. So you know what?
Think that you at a concert or something. You know, I mean.
So
like I said, the new generation today, like I said, it's good. That's their new style. But I guess because we're old, it's just some things that may not fit as well with us. But then when you look at a lot of men that are being mentors to a lot of our young black men, then therefore that's part of some of their discussions is the way that our young black men dress.
So okay, so here's my question. Yeah.
Shay.
Shay.
Oh,
Do you sag? You don't sag at all. School, no. Now, my question for you: do you sag because it's not your way, or you sad because your parents will go in for your head quickly?
Both.
Both?
Yeah.
What do you? Okay, so I guess like, what do you think about it? You think it's something that's cool, or it's like, man, you just look stupid?
I don't really have a thought on it, but it don't look like anything to me. People sagging, I don't really think nothing of it. I don't sag personally, but that's.
He said no. He said no.
Okay.
I don't say.
What you say?
Not on purpose.
I ain't really.
I don't know, maybe either.
If my brothers were sagging? I don't really having a thought on it. How other people dress, I can't really like force my opinion on them, so I just let them do what they do. However they was raised, that's how they do it. But personally, I don't do that.
I think I'm gonna start with Bree first. She's the I'm sorry. Nene first. I'm sorry. Hey, I done had a few too many Don Julios, but it's okay. So I guess my question would be, and I'm gonna give the how the old person view it and how it's being viewed today. So you meet a guy, or you meet somebody, you meet a significant other. Do you feel that let's say when a female meet a guy, do you feel the guy should I guess I would say it, the guy should bring everything to the table and the female brings nothing to the table? I'm talking with Bree first.
Nene.
I'm sorry, Nene first. I'm just all confused today. Talk with Nene first. Yeah.
I feel like both. Okay, yeah. Both of us should like put our
You gotta speak louder.
what's the word? I feel like both people should put like their intentions on the table. Like, what do you want with me? What I want with you, and call it a day. You know what I mean? And then just see how that goes.
So okay, so you meet a guy, right? He's the greatest guy on earth. He got he makes you feel good. He tells you nice things, whisper sweet nothings in your ear. And you're like, oh my God, this man, I'm gonna be the rest of my life. He don't got no job. Are you gonna take care of him?
No. Cause me myself, I be telling my mom, my grandma, all of them that I'm stingy. They know I'm stingy. So and I feel like once I get older and I get a job and stuff, I'm gonna be very independent. So I don't want nobody to. Okay, I wouldn't want my significant other to always depend on me to have, especially if you the man. You know what I mean? I feel as though we should both be putting in our little portion. But if I gotta be in charge of spending this and buying that, this and the third, it ain't gonna work. Because I feel like both parties should be. You know what I mean? But
Angela. And I said old school because I think I already know what your view is on this too. So you meet a man. Do you feel he should do all the financial pull?
No. 50-50.
Why? Why? Because I could be like a man should take care of a woman. A woman should not have to work.
Well, 50-50. But if you want to take care of you 100%, I ain't gonna knock her. I'll make sure whereas you take it, whereas you full 100% over you doing this, then when we go out to eat, shop or whatever, then I do my part for you. Because I don't want you to feel like you doing everything for me and then I got yours.
What you got, Key, is should the man do all the work? While the woman says, I'm just gonna sit at home and do nothing all day. I'm gonna do nothing. I'm gonna keep the house clean. I'm gonna make the baby.
That's not doing
I'm
nothing,
but hold on. I'm gonna get back to that part. Get back to that part. No, she about to rip my whole head off. Like I'm just gonna sit at home. I'm gonna do nothing. I ain't gonna clean the house. I ain't cook no food. I ain't gonna just sit here. I'm gonna be your baby making machine, and that's it.
No. I feel like, I mean, if the woman wants to do that, you know, that's fine. If the man can afford, you know, to support everybody in the household, I don't see a problem with it. But me personally, I would still like, you know, have my own job because, you know, I'm a little expensive, so I don't want nobody, you know what I'm saying, take care of me because, you know, I still gotta like afford my own stuff.
Boy, y'all be both
Just
trying to
like,
take care of you.
cause like I feel like you never know when someone will switch up. Like he could leave the next day. It's like, dang, I don't have a job. I don't have this. I don't have that. I'm like, what am I gonna do now? Like I'm stuck. Or like if anything he cheating and anything, I can't leave. I'm stuck. I'm just stuck here. And now I'm miserable because I don't have nowhere to
TT.
That too.
The TT like, I clean the house is a job.
No, I'm not saying it's a job, but that's part of their dynamic. Like if they came to a household agreement, okay, honey, I'm gonna go to work because I'm able to make all the money, and you got the kids, stay home with the kids, make sure whatever. If she making sure when you get home, you got dinner, your drawers washed, your house clean, your stuff. That's all day and hanging out with your kids. That's not light. And if she work on top of that, and all you do is gotta worry about your stuff. Oh, baby need a prize. She need a prize.
But my question is, should a woman look for?
Time out. So, So if you get yourself dressed, you don't have to worry about you got how many kids? You got 6 kids. Do you get your 6 kids dressed plus yourself? No, you get exactly. You get yourself dressed. Now your primary other, because your kids are big, but what if they were little? Your primary other, she's gonna get herself dressed, your 6 kids dressed, make sure whatever you about to put on is ready, and then boom with that.
Me too.
What? Don't she?
Yeah, you're right.
And she might go to work on top of that. And then when you get home, is your food cooked? You eating good? Your lights on? Your kitchen clean? The bed made?
Yeah.
Now I do believe it should be 50-50. I do believe it should be 50-50. I do believe, you know, yeah, we both work, that's fine. We both made the money, that's fine. But then what if the situation comes where we both can't work? What if he fall off and something happened, either physically, mentally, emotionally, something, he lost his job? Are you willing to take care of this man until he finds something else? That's the type of person you got to figure out if you are. Now, if you say you was in it when you had a job and you was doing good, when y'all married, y'all got together, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, you got sick, something happened. Do you want him to throw you outside because of this situation? You can't bring in a pool on your table now? You got to think about the situation to move as according as you can. But that's on both of y'all. That ain't just on outside people looking in. That's the conversation y'all need to have with each other. Sometimes people can't take care of everybody.
Mm-hmm. Is it okay for a man to say, I'm gonna sit at home?
What you say?
Oh, I'm sorry.
She said she loves speak.
So we'll come back to it. You check the video. So my last question is, should it be okay for a man to sit at home and the woman work?
Yes. It could be the same way. It depends on that dynamic. It depends on that dynamic. Now, if he's gonna do the same situation, he's gonna be home and give me some food and cook and clean and my house and everything be straight and I ain't gotta worry about it, or be my emotional support when I get there. Please, if I gotta make them, go ahead. Let's do that. It gotta be whatever the situation.
What you got, Shirley? He's over in that corner hiding over there. You know, the crowd ain't seeing you. This whole one over here. So is it? So I guess the question is to you: is it okay if Bob told you? He said, Shirley, I'm gonna stay at home and you do all the work. Is that okay with you?
No.
Why?
So you gotta get out and work just like I do.
But you making enough money as both of them.
He make more money than I do too. Both of us gotta get out and work just like we did together.
So you trying to say the man should be a breadwinner?
Man should be, and Bob was the breadwinner.
So in this society, should the man be the breadwinner?
Yeah, in a way. In a way he should. But we still got on the work together. But he paid all the bills and everything. I didn't have to pay nothing.
So can a woman be the breadwinner?
Yes. Yes. Sometimes yes.
In this day and age, definitely.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What you?
I mean, it's situations where the man goes to work and the woman go to work. Right. And the woman is still the stronger force.
Yeah.
What you got, Laura Lee? Has to be the breadwinner?
No.
Can a woman be a breadwinner?
Yes. But you gotta understand, sometimes a man get jealous when a woman be the breadwinner. Anything.
question like that, you know, about a man being home and you go out there to work, it's only for the ones that don't want to work, really. And they just want to see the woman out there just bringing it home and taking care of them too. And they don't do nothing but play a video game on freaking day and eating up your children's food. You know, all this little stuff. I disagree with that.
Let's say both of y'all out there working together. Both of y'all working.
Hold on. Let her finish.
I disagree with
You gotta let her finish. Hold on.
I think that when you struggle hard together. You know, when you go in half and half together, they are the ones that's supposed to count and what matters. You know, but both of us didn't have that together. You know, and we was able to elevate and build something together. But then it could be something that could have came through, something physical, mental that they could have. This is being the thing of sadness, where the other partner may have to bring in more of the weight. But at the same time, you would not mind because we know exactly what took place in order for us to worry, you know, so we can still live like we want to live. You know, but at the same time, you know, me, you know, I'm not a cooker. My husband, he was the one that cooked, and, you know, I ain't gonna say that you gonna have your meal on the stove and all that, you know, but it's good to have an understanding with your partner to know what you bring to the table. So when you decide that, okay, if we decide to say I do, then this is what's changed and what's not going to change. You're going to have to compromise somewhere or another. You have your weakness and you have your strength. That's whether it's health-wise and then it is your physical-wise of the weakness and your strength. So my thing is that 50-50, yes, that is good. But if you want to go 100%, that is damn good. So therefore, my thing is that we going to do it together or we ain't going to do it at all. So that's where the 50-50 will remain. But as a black woman nowadays, we're going to be more independent because we are born to be independent. Sometimes it's better to have a male. You know how they say more than one income is better than one income? Sometimes 3 or 4 income is better than one income.
So you went to ham on that subject. So, alright. So listen, with that being said, we'll end it right here. But I think the next table talk might try to do it digital. They might try to do it digital this time, either via via Facebook or via FaceTime, something cyber like, you know what I'm saying? But I think the questions that you need to keep in mind here, like, so today we talked about a lot of stuff. We talked about love. We talked about sagging. We talked about finances.
Social media.
Talked about social. We talked about social media. So we talked about a lot. We talked about a lot in this episode of Brown Table Talk. But I think the next one, what I want everybody to think about for the next Brown Table Talk is, I just forgot, just that quick. I literally just forgot that quick. So I guess it's to be announced. But if you like what you saw, you like what you hear, please like, comment, subscribe, and share it with your battle buddies, share it with your friends, share it with your people. We are on the road to 100 people. We're on the road to 100 people. Once we get to 100, we'll go to 200. But let's get 100. You know what I'm saying? So please, and always comment. If someone says something that you don't like or you want to hear, please comment below. Let's talk about it in the comments. I thank my family for coming out and having this table talk with me. This is the second one we did this year. The first one did pretty good, so I hope this one will be even better. So yeah. Oh, that's what it was. So the next Brown Table Talk would be teenage pregnancy. What's our view on that one? And violence and sexual assault. That's the next one. So please stay tuned. It's coming. With that being said, I will see you on the next one. Peace.